and welcome to this album with me, William Han. It's the podcast where each episode a guest and I will deep dive an album of their choice. Any genre, any artist, any year. And we are gonna discuss the songs, we're gonna discuss the shows, we are gonna discuss the artwork. But what I really want to know is where my guests first heard the album of choice and the emotional attachment they have to the record. Who knows? We might even have a bit of a laugh while doing it. Well, today, I'm joined by a man who has done the impossible. They said it would never happen. But today's guest is a man that has literally made vampires cool again. He's a man, a lot of my guests are, he's a man behind some of the best character work this country has produced since Sacha Baron Cohen boyakasha'd his way onto televisions around the United Kingdom. I just really wanted to turn boyakasha into a verb, so yeah. And in case you haven't caught his sketch comedy work on stage or on BBC Radio 4, you'd have undoubtedly been fed his work on your social media feed where he literally racks up millions of views with characters as relatable as An Englishman in a Christmas Film, Funny Priest at a Wedding, or the character he's playing right now, man that politely sits through long meandering podcast intros. It's Ed Jones!
Oh, it's terrific stuff, dude. It's terrific stuff.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for attending. My goodness. How are you, brother?
I'm very well.
That's a big very there. Very heavy
I'm
very.
in the shape of my life. Truth be told, I was telling you this before we start recording. I was playing poker last night with some friends of mine. Truth be told, mate, I was a little bit worse for wear this morning. Let's just say one beer was consumed. Thank you.
Let's get specific here. What time did you call it a night, Ed?
I think we probably wrapped up. Well, my chips had long left the party, but I think we wrapped up. It was like it's a gentleman's 11:30.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Which isn't too bad. It was a school night, of course, which is too. Lest we forget of you all. But for the last hour and a half, I was just kind of sat watching the rest of my mates continue to play poker because I had lost all of my money.
Yes. Have fun, boys.
Have fun. 2 pairs, is it? No idea what that means, but I hope you're having a good time.
So we should probably set the scene a little bit. It is early January. Let me just check my notes. It's a no dry January for you, Ed, no?
0% beers will be consumed. That's the plan. No, I'm like, without even meaning to, sort of on New Year's Day, just had a pint.
Nice.
And you're like, the seal's...
What'd you go for?
Seal's already been broken. It was a gentleman's Guinness, which, as we all know, is imaginary. Yeah. So, and it was just like, and I think every night this week there's been a little tipple of some kind, which is a despicable way to start the year. But, you know...
We are fallible men.
We're just innocent men. That's all it is. We're just
innocent, pint-loving men. Fuck mumps. That's what I say. Fuck mumps. So it's good to get you on here, Ed, because we were supposed to do this last month, weren't we?
Yeah.
I let you down.
No, not at all, brother. Not at all. It was Christmas.
It was Christmas. It was medical.
Yeah.
It was medical, man.
Hey, that's where you got to draw the line.
Yeah.
If someone's leg falls off, you call it a day.
Yeah. I mean, it was a breathing issue, and I'm going to say this on record. Breathing's class.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And you don't notice it. The rest of the time, you're not thinking about it.
Well, this is the thing. I think I had this problem for about 20 years. And like 5-6 days after surgery, getting back to normal, I was like, is this how you guys feel all the time?
Yeah.
It's like oxygen going to parts of my brain that have just been untouched for
and when you've got when you've got a cold and you come back like the day that it's finally gone, you're like, I feel superhuman.
I fancy a gentleman's Guinness.
10 gentlemen's Guinness, my good man.
So for the uninitiated, Ed, who are you? What do you do? What's your vibe? I'm going to open a Corona Zero while you answer 3 questions.
I did say I wasn't going to. I too will join you in it. So, I mean, the absolute basics. Edward Gregory Jones is the full name. Lewisham Hospital, October 25th, 1992. A frosty morning gave way to a mild afternoon. Now, I'm a guy who tries to do funny stuff. That's the real angle.
And succeeds, may I say.
Hey, it's hit and miss at the best of times. Let's be honest. They haven't all been winners. But just like a mixture of kind of wherever people will have me. I'll do stuff on your phone. I'll do stuff on your screen. I'll do stuff in your house if you pay me enough money. I tried
to bring you to a stage last month, so
I'll do whatever you want me to do. That's how low the bar is for me.
So let's get specific. What are the two extremities of what you've done? What's the weirdest thing you've done and the most normal thing you've done?
Mate, I started when I first started, like when I came out of university, I started doing work as a supporting artiste or an extra, as I would have called myself at the time.
A gentleman's extra.
A gentleman's extra, if you know what I mean. But so I did a couple of years working on in my comments a lot. There's an episode of The Crown where it kind of opens up with me being the most over-the-top waving man you could imagine. I am like eyes bulging out of my skull, waving HRH someone on their way. And because I remember at the time I was like, well, I'm kind of taking the piss here. There's no way that they'll use this in the final thing. Because they were like, come on, guys, lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm. You see in the royal family, it's the happiest day of your lowly lives. And so I was like, all right, fine, here's a way for you. And then it's like this episode starts with me in complete slow motion, just going, hello, your majesty. So that was something of a low point.
One for the grandparents?
One for the grandparents. It's a harmless story. Sure. You know what I mean? No one gets offended in that. There's no Christmas arguments happening there. It's it's fun for the whole family. But I guess the other end, the fun stuff. I mean, the fun stuff is always just doing stuff to a room of people. That is always lovely when you get like that specific live energy that you can't recreate at any other time. Like this just exists in this space, in this room right now. And yeah, when it's flying, there's no feeling like it. When it is dragging, that is tough.
So what's the ratio like nowadays? I'm sure there's a few rough starts to this, but
yeah. I mean, it's because you've got to try out new stuff at some point.
You can't keep playing the hits.
You can't keep playing the hits because people have heard them. So you've got to trust and just do it with enough conviction to be like, look, this could be pants. We don't know. But if I really try and sell it, I think what I struggle with sometimes, I'll see someone perform live and they'll be like, is this half of something? And it'll be like, I want you to believe it, mate. I want you to back yourself here, because if you back yourself, I'll probably back you.
Yeah.
So
it almost doesn't matter if it's good. If you convince me enough, and you've got the passion behind it, and the heart behind it.
Yeah, then I'm here for it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like hope, and it's like most of the live stuff I do is with the Crybaby Boys.
Yes.
So I've got two other people up there with me who, if it really does go to pot, at least it's a bit of fun afterwards to be like, that was absolute guff. Yeah.
Well, I should probably segue into saying, I saw you guys.
Hey, you came along,
in November.
mate.
I came to the show, man. Ed, I had such a lovely time. Honestly, it was class.
I mean, you saw like a work in progress as well. So very early
work was
doors.
Done. Work was done, brother.
Some work had been done.
Progress had been made.
Some copying of a rival notebook had probably been done.
No, honestly, you seem pretty polished. It was really, really good.
Oh, okay.
There was a moment I genuinely can't stop thinking about. And far be it for me to relay your comedy back to you on a podcast.
I love this. Let's do it.
There's a part when someone was trying to convince someone, without giving too much away, they were trying to convince someone they were the real them.
Yeah.
And your very tall colleague in your sketch group delivers a line of just, I don't know. Honest to God, I can't stop thinking about how funny delivery of that line was.
That's great.
So I was
cruising on stage doing that. And we hadn't written that line.
Have you not?
So we did it, we got up on stage and James just kind of made this noise of like, ugh. And generally the first time I did it, I absolutely pissed myself. And I really pride myself on being like the professional one of the three, where it's like, no, I'm in it. I'm in the character. And I just completely fell out of me. He's a funny boy.
Gear. It was good gear. So how would you describe Crybabies to the uninitiated?
Well, we're a sketch group, but we do like narrative sketch stuff. So we always like our stuff to have quite a long, convoluted story that goes with it.
Quite absurdist.
Yeah, a little bit. It's on the sort of more surreal side of things. But really, when our shows are finished, we want them to be like silly and surreal, but we also want them to have a weird bit of heart to them as well. Like the audience is almost taken aback by like, oh, I actually care about these weird losers. For that guy. Yeah. But we are blessed with James is 6'5".
Like, I'm a tall man.
Yeah. How tall are you?
I'm 6'4" and a bit.
Wow, okay.
That guy's fucking tall, man.
Yeah, and he's got, because it's all long, he's got long arms, long legs, long hair, long moustache.
Yes.
It all sort of like, it's kind of like cream dropping off of a Christmas pudding with him. Do you know what I mean? That's his MO. And boy, he does it well.
So I've got a lot wrong with me, but I think my height, dare I say it, Ed, I think it's perfect. I think I'm the perfect height.
You're a great height.
I'm the perfect height.
This is speaking as a guy who's 5'9.5". You have got it, mate.
I've got it. There's so much else wrong with me.
Illegal things I would do to be your height.
But my point being, is it James?
James is a tall one.
James, he's a bit too tall, isn't he?
Is he too tall for you?
Well, my concern is, he's the sort of height where people go, fucking hell, size of that geezer.
But no one ever like starts on him.
Really? He's got a very friendly, affable vibe to him, I guess.
Yes, I think he's very, like, he's like Northern Irish. He's very, like, wouldn't hurt a fly.
Sure.
He's like the nicest guy. So
funny.
Very funny, lest we forget. But tall mostly. It's tall number one, funny number two, thank you.
You might have a third characteristic, we'll never know.
Yeah, well, I guess I've known him for 15 years. I'm yet to find out what that third characteristic is.
Would you like to hear how I discovered you, Ed Jones?
Yes, please.
I will tell you. It was a very, very funny video. It must have been about 5 years ago, I guess. Maybe you'll know. It was your impression of every indie artist in the mid-noughties.
Indie lyrics?
Indie lyrics.
Indie lyrics. I loved indie lyrics.
Indie lyrics was class.
Those are my favourite videos. Yeah, that was like 2022 was the first indie lyrics.
Yeah. So what are your memories of that? Was that your first viral moment? Or?
Time just disappears, doesn't it? Sure. Time ticks. Now. Children, run as fast as you can. That was like, I think that was maybe the first one that it was like, there's a bit of traction here.
Yeah.
I think one of the Christmas Men had done some numbers a bit before that.
Yeah.
But I remember the indie lyrics really like, it was such a fun thing where people that you know and look up to would be like, oh yeah, this is quite funny. Be like, do you think so? And there was something so specific about, because I like love writing lyrics, and sort of some of the writing stuff that I do is kind of like musical based anyway, that it's really fun to be able to just capture those little snippets, do you know what? And like really try and give the audience a bit of fun, being like, I think I know specifically what band he's taking the piss out of there. And that's kind of how I did it, was like line up a load of mid-noughties, completely forgettable bands.
Yes.
And then just like pick one song from them and they're like, okay, how do they talk? Here's a funny sort of, complete mishmash of that.
Yeah.
And then, and people seem to dig it, which was
Look
cool.
at him now, millions of pounds later. Sat on a fucking sofa.
I cannot stress enough. If you want to PayPal me, just Monzo me, guys. I could use the cash. Please.
So there's your segue into music. What's your bread and butter musically? Is the mid-noughties indie scene part of your vocabulary?
It's certainly, that's like a kind of... That feels like part of the extended family. Do you know what I mean? Like you're stuck with them forever.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
That's my life and brand.
You are. They aren't going anywhere. And I think there's something... I've always thought that the music that you loved when you were 14, 15, 16 will probably be the most you will ever love something.
Yeah, it's sponge time, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's just... And like, there's artists and albums that I've picked up later in life that I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. Of course it is. But there's something so specific about that time. And like, and the fun of sharing it with people your age as well. Like the fun of naming obscure Razorlight sort of B-sides to people that like are a similar age to you. It's like, oh yes, this is our currency. We're from the same world, you and I. And it's such like a great bridging point. Do you know what I mean? So the mid-noughties indie sleaze is, of course, that's part of it. But my like big thing that I really got into when I was a teenager was like neo soul, getting into D'Angelo very early doors and being like, oh wow, this is what music is. Wow, this is like someone who's really good doing good. You think, okay, crumbs, this is all right, we're stepping it up a notch. Okay.
How sophisticated did you feel then? Southeast London, listening to D'Angelo in the mid-noughties. Was you like, surely all the girls at school are going to be snogging me like
surely.
crazy.
It has to be that, doesn't it? I remember my mum telling me off though once. was the early days of Spotify, I think, where you could had it on like my desktop.
Right.
And I must have been listening to it doing some homework or something. And I think it's on Brown Sugar. He's got a song called Shit Damn Motherfucker. And I had paused it halfway through, and then Mum went onto the computer and was like, what on earth are you listening to? You think, this is like West Kent. This couldn't be further away from what D'Angelo, his intention was when he wrote this song.
Teenage suburban.
I'm sorry, D, but it's a great song.
Yeah, my favourite example of that back home was playing Shit on You by D12 once.
Really nice.
My dad finally catching what was going on, going, oh, this is awful. This is just awful. Oh, my God.
I hate this. Play it again.
Yeah, it was tricky for Dad. I was quite late to D'Angelo, listened to him for the first time posthumously. I think that's the first time I've said the word posthumously out loud. How did I do?
That's great, yeah.
Pretty
flying colours.
wasn't it? Yeah.
But then I'm so jealous of you for like, now you've got 3 incredible albums that you can just, you
coming
can
in fresh.
Snuggle up in them.
Yeah. All right, so D'Angelo, mid-noughties indie. That's not what we're here to discuss today.
No,
so,
not a million miles away.
Do you reckon?
I think there's some musical connections. Do you know what I mean? There's certain like players who may have breached over to this side of things. Mr. Pino Palladino comes to mind, the bassist. I think he played across both those records. I mean, I can say the name of the record now if you wish.
I'm going towards it. Let's do this.
Getting towards it. Slow down, will you? It's John Mayer's 2006, in my opinion, masterpiece, Continuum.
Thank you, Ed Jones. So, John Mayerr is an LA-based singer-songwriter from Fairfield, Connecticut, who's known for his virtuistic improvised guitar playing, his boyish good looks, and also for being a right laugh. To date, John has released 8 studio albums, and today we are deep diving the third of his octological back catalogue, Continuum. And Continuum was released September 2006. It reached number 2 in the US Billboard charts and went on to be nominated for 3 Grammys. John is one of the defining guitarists of his era and has taught a generation of pop fans that blues-influenced fretwork should be embraced, should be harnessed, and, dare I say it, maybe even enjoyed. My body's a wonderland. Thanks for saying so, John. I was feeling a bit insecure after Christmas. What an album, Ed!
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it, dude.
So, I have not been Mayerred before. I have never Mayerred. So, I listened to it for the first time, I think it's 27th, 28th of December, on a little solitary Christmas walk. Pretty good.
First impressions?
A lot less shit than I expected.
This is the key. This is the key. That I think he's, like you say, because he's maybe been a bit of a fruity lad over the years, that Johnny has kind of comes with a bit of baggage.
Yes.
Even the name itself, if you say John Mayerr, you're like, oh, okay. Is everything all right? Whereas I think this album, of all of his albums, I'm a big fan of a lot of his work. Some could lose a little bit around the edges, if you know what I mean. But Continuum, I think, is just like such a perfect capture of this guy being at the peak of his powers, being like, I've got the money and time to do something that I really want to make, but I haven't had so much money and time that I'm starting to go a little bit insane.
Oh, the sweet spot.
Yeah. We just like, you're at the top of the mountain. And I think, for a musical artist, that's so difficult to not kind of pine after that time. But I think for me, it's just like premium John Mayerr with none of the, the slightly spicy fluffiness that might come with him.
So when did John first enter your orbit then? So when did you get Mayerred?
When did I get Mayerred? You've been Mayerred. I think I got Mayerred for the first time. Well, because this came out in 2006, right? But then,
what a year.
Yeah, busy year.
Busy.
But I think, I turned 14 that year. But I think I don't actually recall getting into it until maybe I was 15.
Okay, well, let's step back then. So 2006.
Yeah.
Paint a picture of you in 2006.
Yeah, 2006. Good Lord. So I'm, like we've said, I'm hanging out in Kent suburbia.
One of Kent's great hanger-outers.
one of his top 10 hanger-outers. So just like, it's that age where you're first discovering like the stuff that's really gonna, or just the stuff for the first time is like, oh, maybe this is what I like. Because you're like, up until that point, you're just discovering, you're just taking it from other people, right? I've got 2 older brothers, and one of them was in a band. and like wore leather jackets and stuff.
Oh, cool.
And I remember at one point he got rid of all of his old NME posters. I was like, I'll have them because that seems cool. So I had in my room posters of loads of people that I didn't know.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. So I had like Tom York on my wall, and I had no idea who he was at the time. I was like, oh wow, why is he called? And I called him Thom. At one point, my brother was like, "It's actually Tom, you loser." And so I think maybe 2006, 2007 is the first time when you're like, okay, maybe I'm starting to make a little stride for myself here, rather than just borrowing it from other people.
So it sounds to me that you're trying to find your tribe a little bit at this point.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of does that at that age.
Yeah,
right? And like, because I'd always, and I think one of the reasons why I really gravitated to this was because I was just starting to like pick up the guitar myself.
Tell me everything.
Hey, 6 strings, made of wood. Like I said, my older brother played guitar, and he went off to uni, and he left a kind of quite battered acoustic hanging around.
Perfect.
And yeah, just that thing of like, you learn the E minor chord, and you think, I can't. This is almost annoying now that I have to be the greatest singer-songwriter of my generation. This wasn't in the plan, but now I've got these 2 chords down. So I picked that up, and then I remember seeing early days of YouTube, like his Where the Light, so John Mayer's Where the Light Is live show,
right,
which I think was like 2007, and seeing him play guitar, I was like, whoa, that's cool. Maybe not even like hourly completely getting it at that time, but just like, whoa, this guy is handsome and looks cool, and he's got 50,000 people absolutely swooning. Maybe that's what I should try and do. Yes. Do you know what I mean? That's the North Star.
Sure, I'm great at hanging out around Kent, but that could really have some benefits. So how did you get on with that? How virtuistic are you around those 6 strings?
I mean, today, sadly, quite incompetent. It was quite sad. There's like, I've got a little, it's a shed. I call it a home office. I've got a tiny little shed.
Noted.
And my friend came around there the other day and was like, oh yeah, you got your guitar here, I'll pick it up. And he played it, and it was like hell was being unleashed. It was so out of tune.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, oh, that's so sad. It's like, the guitar that I own isn't even like workable. So it feels like, they say it, don't they? Like, adults just stop playing musical instruments, which is so sad, because a lot of my mates are musicians and do it for a living. And you're like, when you see them do it, you're like, oh, that's so cool. Why didn't I keep doing that? So, but there was like maybe the period of like 14 to 21. I was really like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a singer-songwriter. I'm going to change the world.
Class.
Yeah.
So how far did you get with that? Were there gigs? Were there bands? Talk to me. Get specific.
So, I mean, I in my head, I was always like, this is going to happen. But if I were to look back on it, I'd be like, I never even scratched the surface of really trying to pursue it properly.
Yeah, right.
I think it was at that slightly transitional phase of music as we know it now, where it's like the old model of, oh, you get signed and then you're fine. But then it was around that time, like MySpace and Bebo and that very, very early, quite wholesome social media, where it's like, oh, people are starting to like do songs on YouTube and stuff, and like people don't even have record deals, and people are listening to their stuff.
You can just do that?
Yeah. So I was always thinking like, well, that'll be me, obviously. Like, I'll do that. But did I really put in the time and effort to get good? No, didn't do it.
That's where they get you.
That's how these sort of the 10,000 hours, and I think I probably maybe did like 100, if that. So
Mayer's done his
10,000. He's
done
10 and change, that boy.
So you mentioned seeing him at that live show then, like of a YouTube video.
Yeah.
What do you think made him stand out?
I think he was so like, because no one else was doing that specifically like blues-driven style of singer-songwriting. Do you know what I mean? Like at that time, there were a lot of other acoustic boys, and particularly in the UK, there were a lot of like, do you remember like Benjamin Francis Leftwich?
I remember the name.
Like,
what he did. Yeah.
Maybe that was a little bit too late. Maybe that's sort of like 2010 era. And like Jason Mraz and lots of like, we're coming off the back of what's his name? There's no combination of words I could put on a back of a postcard. Who's that guy?
This is the thing. I think like Jason Mraz and all those other kind of artists, I put them in the same bracket as Mayerr historically. Am I wrong to do that?
I mean, I think you can very much, in the kind of police lineup version of history, be like, yep, okay, you all did it. Yeah, you're all guilty.
Yes.
But I think what he was specifically doing, John Mayerr, I don't think anyone was adding that kind of like that richness of influences. I think because he's got the blues stuff in there, he's got like genuine R&B influences in there. He's got soul, he's got gospel, he's got pop, he's got lots of pop in it. Yeah. Then it just felt like, oh wow, this is trying to be something better than just what's around.
Yeah.
And like 2007, what's that like? I went on Spotify and saw like, the biggest songs of 2007, and that is peak Timberlandification of pop music. So everything is like,
but the thing is, like 2003 Timberland is class. You get to 2007,
and then he just like whoop, whoop, whoop. So I think John Mayer was a nice little antidote to that.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Because you couldn't really see yourself in that world, I'm guessing, could you? The Timberland world. It's like,
I couldn't
Mayerr makes more sense.
Yeah, doing like really convoluted fast food metaphors about naked bodies. Yeah. I wasn't quite in that mold.
How important was it to have a musical venture that made you more sexually objectifiable to girls?
I mean,
and guys.
But let's call it what it is. It's everything, right? Like, and there is, John Mayer himself has said this in one of his many slightly unhinged but very watchable interviews about how like every musician wants to be a comedian and every comedian wants to be a musician because they think it's the same kind of like holding a crowd in the palm of your hand and there being this slightly like etherealness about it. You'd be like, oh, you can't quite pinpoint what it is. I personally don't believe that. I'm like, if you give people a laugh, that's a good time. But at that point, being 14 and I remember there was a girl who I knew who had a screensaver of John Mayer's hands.
It's all making sense now.
Yeah,
okay,
so I was like,
we go.
Okay, so I'm like Sherlock in his mind palace, like, okay, there's links here. And yeah, I just remember thinking, and because he was very handsome at that time.
Sure, still is.
Yeah. And that it all sort of lined up. You're like, okay, I think this isn't beyond the realms of possibility. And if I can do 5% of what he does, and he's going out with Jennifer Aniston, if I can go out with someone who's 5% as cool as Jennifer Aniston, that's still going to be like, that's a real, you're working with some great stats there.
I'll take 5%, absolutely. How important has the imagery and the fashion of what John does been to your enjoyment? Was there fashion choices made around this time?
I think there must have been, right? They're going back, and the fun of digging back into this is seeing some of the looks from that time. Awful jeans he was wearing, like really long, and now it's sort of long and wide is in right now. But the way that he was doing it was very like kind of it's getting scuffed underneath the trainer.
Haircuts, please.
Yeah.
Talk about haircuts.
Yeah. So John Mayerr had, at that time it was kind of, it was beautiful. It was like the mid-length waves. He's in that perfect sweet spot between tight curls and like Dave Grohl kind of, or like Zac Efron flat fringe.
Right. Yeah.
And he had such a lovely natural texture to it. What I would do to find out what his product of choice was at that time. It probably contained so many like illegal components. But his look then was great. But then it also it was very much the guitars he was playing.
What were they? What was he?
So he was always, I think a Strat was his weapon of choice. Mm-hmm. I ended up, when I was like 20, buying a black and white Strat, which didn't really, did you?
Black and white Strats.
Is this just kind of like the crises of life? It's like, okay, at 50 you have an affair and buy a sports car, but at 20 you buy a black and white Fender Stratocaster. That's the trajectory of things. But I bought one of those, and I think the first thing I did was like, I'm going to put on some dark jeans and a white t-shirt, not even plug it in, and just be like, oh, okay, I look a bit like John Mayer now. This is good. We can work with this.
Was there mirror practicing?
Yeah, there was a lot of that. I think so I was listening to this album this morning, and even doing the air solos along with the record, I was like, I'm doing them like John Mayer does them. Yeah. And his guitar faces are mad. And I don't know if but then this was kind of like pre-meme era.
Right, yeah.
So it's not even as if he's trying to do like, John Mayer's doing the John Mayer thing.
I mean, you can play an arena back then.
Yeah.
And no one was going to see that the next day.
And he's always like constantly biting his lip and throwing his head back. And I think certainly when I was gigging, I did a lot of that. And he also did like a lot of kind of bobbing. he would sort of rise up on his toes and do that a lot. And big stamps. Occasionally, when he was playing acoustic, he would do big stamps to kind of be like, "I'm keeping in time." If you go back, and I would recommend it to anyone. Where the Light is, it's all on YouTube. It's terrific.
Where the Light. That's 2007, then, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was Continuum had just come out, and it was him just like absolute, real pinnacle of his skills. And because he ends up then having like throat surgery like a year or two afterwards, and he couldn't sing for 2 years.
Shit.
So his sound kind of completely changes after that. Yeah. So it was really him being like, this is me with my whole arsenal of weapons that I can use. And he's so good at all of them. But yeah, I think there was definite, I always wanted to get like one of his big rugs. He always had a huge, it must have cost thousands of dollars. But his live shows, he would always have these big sort of Persian rugs on the floor to kind of, is it something to do with sound? Is it that?
Aesthetic's important, I think.
I mean, yeah, surely.
So let's think about this. If you were to invest in a Persian rug with crybabies, how well would that go down in the WhatsApp group?
If I say, I've spent all the Edinburgh cash, guys, and do any of you...
Edinburgh cash we lost, yeah.
Do any of you have a van that you could maybe come pick it up in? Yeah, I don't know if they'd be quite on board with it.
That's fair. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That is fair. You mentioned that he lost his voice for 2 years.
Yeah.
If you were unable to do comedy for 2 years, what would you do?
Tell you what, dude, my resolution this year, which I haven't started in earnest at all, was to start playing piano and to get just a little basic keyboard and just go around. Is that? Yeah, we'll be fine. Are we going to be okay?
I think you've got this.
I've got it down. I think as well, like now when your brain is constantly getting pulled in so many different things, the ability to just like, I'm going to sit down at this thing and do this. And if I'm shit to start off with, that's fine. But I'm just going to like for 45 minutes sit in this place and not look at my phone. You think, oh, that's probably one of the healthiest things that anyone can do.
Sounds like a big ask, doesn't it, though?
It's a big ask. I've got videos to watch, mate.
So how would you describe the average John Mayerr fan? When you see a Mayerr fan out in the wild, what are the signs?
I mean, I don't want to be mean.
Here we go. Here's the clip.
But I've only ever been to one John Mayerr show. I think I was 20 when I saw it. And it is almost, hey, cheers to your health, to Mr. Mayerr himself. Audience is almost split into fans who are like obsessed with My Body is a Wonderland.
Sure.
And just like, John, I love you. Like, let's be honest, there's an element of sexual desire there. Sure. And the other half is, I think, people like me who want to be him. So it's a lot of dudes just sort of being like, yeah, he's playing that well. He's really playing that well.
I think a new character for you, dude at a John Mayerr show.
Those pickups are doing a lot of work on that. It's like, shut up. I want to look at John.
You mentioned you listened to it today. How often do you revisit this album?
So I've got it. This is one of my I'd say this is in my top 3 albums, this album. But my kind of rule with those 3 albums is that I have to give them enough time that when you do hop back into them, you really enjoy it. So
that's healthy.
I think so.
Yeah.
So it's like heroin. If you do it every so often, it's fine. If you're doing it twice a day, then we got question marks, and that's an Ed Jones guarantee. You can quote me on that. And so I think so. It's like this album and Channel Orange by Frank Ocean.
Wow.
And then Voodoo by D'Angelo. Those are the 3 albums that I'm like, I can probably listen to them maybe, dare I say, like once a year. And when you do, it's like, I'm really going to listen to this. And then when you do, it's like, oh, yes, I remember all of this. And you remember where you were when you first listened to them and like the feelings that you felt when you first listened to them. And you're like, oh, this is, if I did this all the time, like I listened to Sabrina Carpenter's album, her most recent one, pretty much twice a day. Because I'm like, it's just great. I can't, and the stress of trying to find something to listen to on your phone. I'm like, well, I know.
I'll go to Sabrina.
That album. It's
that
like,
safe pair of hands.
Sabs, guide me, please. And but I think that wouldn't be the kind of album that I'd like if I went away for a year. I would have the same emotional connection. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's amazing.
To
that's
Man's
great.
Best Friend.
I mean, I tried with Man's Best Friend, but I think House Tour was where I had to sort of call it a day.
No, you don't like House Tour.
I'm quite prudish.
But I don't understand. There's not a single sexual thing in that song.
Yeah. We should sit down and talk about it.
Hey, do you know what a metaphor is?
No. I've heard they're a good band. Channel Orange, you said.
Yeah.
More Than Blonde?
I think for me, because that was so specifically linked to my friend Joe.
Tell me about Joe, please.
Joe is a very, very dear friend of mine. We went to uni together, and we connected very early doors. Just like, when you just hit it off and you're like, oh, great, we're going to be friends. Everything's going to be lovely here. And he was a big music head. And I remember it was in the very, very dying days of HMV before it sort of resurrected itself relatively recently. I think they're having a huge closing down sale. And he went into Norwich city centre, where we went to uni, and he bought Confessions by Usher.
Wow.
And he also bought me...
in 2016?
In 2016. And he was... dude, it stands up. That is a phenomenal album, that one. And he bought me Channel Orange. And he was just like, oh, here you go. I was like, you've given me the gift of music. And all we would do is sit in our tiny little concrete block flat, and we would just play FIFA 12 and listen to Channel Orange and talk about all the girls we fancied.
It doesn't get better than that.
This is amazing. So that's what that album specifically reminds me of.
That's as good as it gets. So Sabrina Carpenter, Frank Ocean, little bit of Usher, John Mayerr. What would 2006 you think of your music tastes now?
I mean, I think they would be like, yeah, that checks out. That makes complete sense. Do you like the album that everyone likes? Yeah, okay. I think it would just about hold up.
Yeah.
I think I look at myself and I think he would, 2006 Ed would maybe say like, have you not found anything since? Is it just Sabrina Carpenter that you like?
Our music stopped being made, is it? Right, that's fine.
It's just robots and maths now. That's all it is. So yeah, I think I'd like to think I'd be pretty chipper with how things turned out. Yeah.
Well done you. I think 2016 would be fucking disgusted by the things I'm up to nowadays. Though I'm not a Sabrina Carpenter guy, I do like Chapel Roan.
Hey, I mean, let's talk about the
era
of singer-songwriters that we're in at the minute.
My little brother wants to do like an indie intervention. He's not happy with the amount of pop music I'm listening to nowadays. He's got no time for the girly pop.
But it's so like...
fun.
It's so fun. And that Chapel Roan album, like the musicality on that album and the penmanship, the lyrics in it, they're so good. So good. There was a time where I just went from short and sweet to, Confessions of a Midwest... Oh, this is awful. Yes, it's awful. Yes. You don't know it, Edward.
Too many words.
But you know all the boy ones, don't you? But I would just sort of flim-flam between those two. And I think Coffee, that's what a beautiful song that is.
Yeah, it's solid. It's 10 out of 10 stuff.
Yeah.
And the world needs that second album pretty soon.
I mean, I'm kind of like, come on. If Sabs can do what she's been doing.
She's knocking them out, isn't she?
Yeah, the writing team must be like, whatever is on that machine is
But I genuinely think this, right? When someone makes like really sexual music, it's like, how much sex are you having? Because you're clearly spending a lot of time in the studio.
Yeah, and then you go straight on tour.
Honing your craft.
Yeah.
Are you just talking a good game, or are you actually fucking?
Yeah, or maybe it's just like a lot of Googling. It's like,
sure,
what's the sex that kids are having nowadays?
Yeah.
Okay, it's this kind of thing.
What does a metaphor?
We can work around this. Yeah, we can just about join the dots.
So definitely think that with Prince, like,
he was banging.
He was banging,
surely.
But he was rocking.
Wasn't he banging like wasn't he banging like 8 times a day?
Well, I'm
thinking of Mick Hucknall.
Mick was banging.
He was banging. If you want to talk about chronic bangers, he couldn't stop himself.
Man, he banged.
He slept with like 10,000 women or something.
I mean, it's easy to say that when no one's factoring you, isn't it?
Everyone can say.
Yeah, I think it's about 10,000, 12,000, something like that.
And you can say whatever you like.
Stop losing count, really. But yes, it was definitely 10,831. No more questions. Have you ever cried listening to this album, Ed Jones?
Yeah, I think I probably would have done. I think that age, sort of 15, 16, you're going through your first heartbreaks, your first and you're at that age where you're like, every emotion, like I was saying earlier, is so just dialed up.
Yeah.
So I remember I would always go to bed, like everyone would. But in the days of iPods, when you'd have your top 25 most played, and that top 10 was entirely tracks from this album.
Wow.
So what I would do is I'd go to bed and put my little headphones in and just listen to this album essentially. And I think there must have been nights when maybe certain relationships came and went that that maybe some tears were shed to Mr. Mayerr.
Thank you for being so vulnerable. I appreciate it. We've not spoken about songs much, have we?
No, but let's go wherever we like, mate.
Let's go to songs. What's the best song on this album, Ed Jones?
Can I start with the worst one?
Do you know what I normally do? And I regret it straight away. Straight away, I regretted asking it that way around.
Because there are so many good ones, but then I can almost like tick off the ones.
What's the worst song on the album?
The worst song is In Repair.
Tell me what your problem is with In Repair. Is it repairable?
The damage is done with In Repair. I think it doesn't need to be on the album. The album's like 47 minutes. If you lost those 4 minutes, no one's crying, being like, "Excuse me, it's 2007. I've used half of Grandma's iTunes voucher on this album." I think that track could go. I personally think Waiting on the World to Change, which is the first track of the album.
You don't like it?
I think he only made that because there was no hit, there was no single on the album. So it's like his first albums had Your Body is a Wonderland, and then the second one had Daughters, and like these big, surefire radio hits that people are going to love. Whereas I think he may have, this is all complete bollocks that I'm spouting out of nowhere.
I love a theory, please.
Here's my theory is that he kind of handed in this record and was like, "This, I think, is my masterpiece." And they're like, "Yeah, Johnny, there's no hits on this album, Johnny. We gotta sell him something." So I think he maybe kind of was like, "All right, I'll give you a kind of jingly jangly pop protest anthem that people can listen to in their Prius and be like, yeah, we're doing it, guys.
That's digestible.
It's 2007. Nothing bad is ever going to happen ever again."
I like that one.
Yeah, well, isn't this the beauty of debate that people we don't have to scream at each other.
Debate. I want people to tell me that I'm right. Fuck that. All right, then. These are educated decisions you're making, educated opinions.
Thank you.
I think if anyone knows this album well enough to have that opinion, I think we can say,
I'd like
Mr. Top 25 most played over
put myself in the mix, certainly.
Let's look at the positives then. What's the best bit of the album?
Best bit of the album. There's a lovely... This sounds a bit strange, but I don't know if you have this with certain albums, where you have the fun of a song finishing and you know exactly like what key and how the next track will start, which is something that we've, I sound like such an old man, but in the streaming area, we've kind of lost that, where it's like you get to know the physical product of that, like way back when you got to know the physical product of the release. So it's like, I listen to this physical record and I know all the kind of ins and outs of it, rather than the content. Like the content is one thing, but the form of it is another thing. Do you know what I mean? So there's listening to it again, there's a beautiful, like going from Slow Dancing in a Burning Room into Belief. Is that, maybe I've got that wrong, but hey, let's double check.
Bold as love, but miles off in all honesty. Yeah.
From I don't trust myself with loving you, the second track, going into Belief.
Yeah.
That the lovely end of slow peel off of I don't trust myself with loving you, going into the of Belief is such like, I don't know, that tiny little chunklet, you're just like,
almost
this
the
is
bit
great.
where the song stops, that little gap in between.
Yeah, it's just like, this is, I know exactly what he's doing, and it's just like the two songs are so similar, but each have such a unique flavour to them that it's kind of almost, it felt like a sort of Jet 2 holiday advert where it's like, you take my hand, John, I'll just follow you wherever you want to go.
Where do you think John would take you?
I mean, he's nearly 50. He doesn't want to leave his house.
Sure.
Yeah, he's staying in whatever beautiful ranch he now lives in.
Look, I'll be over here if you're going to come with me. Whatever.
I did come a long way, John. That's the only thing I booked 2 weeks off for this.
I really like that second track, I Don't Trust Myself with Loving You. I was very surprised by it. It sounded absolutely nothing like I would have expected John Mayerr to.
But then like, whoop,
exactly. So that's what I was going to ask. What is that? Is that a guitar doing like a wah-wah, or is that some sort of synth?
So I think it's like, I seem to remember like a half thing where it's like a wah-wah. He's got the pedal, but he's not doing like a wah-wah action.
Right.
That kind
he's
of
using it.
So you're almost getting like little kind of quite like
pops of sound.
Yeah, rather than it being like two staccato like a wah-wah would or can be, it's a little bit more flowy with it.
But it's really good. It sort of forced me to lean in. I'm sort of going, what is that? I'm sort of like, I'm putting some effort in.
And that's just like, I think that's just like an A minor. And it's like, we're in a moody, we're in a like a slightly kind of more, and we've just come off that, hey, we're going to save the world with music.
Radio song.
And now it's like, okay, we've had that. Now actually, welcome to my real world.
Yeah.
There's just a bit more like, oh, this is moody and this is like taking its time. And I think there's only like 3 chords in most of that song. But because of the way that he plays it, it feels like, oh, there's so much more to it. There's so much more kind of timbre here to discover. Do you know what I mean?
I love that. What would be your 60-second elevator pitch for this album? You're in the pub and someone goes, John Mayerr.
Well, this is kind of the thing, isn't it? That I find that another reason why I love this album so much is because some of my closest friends also love this album. So there's a shared joy that we have where it's like, oh yeah, you know, like Pino's little riff on that track, and like the guitar solo in Boulder's Love, and like the huge Gretsch that he would play when he's doing the last track on the album, and you're like, that kind of club mentality almost makes me want to be like, no one else listen to this. This is just this is for us. That I think almost kind of exists a bit with John Mayerr. It's like, John Mayerr, no, I'm fine, thanks. He'd be like, all right then, okay, you don't want him. There's plenty more for us.
More Mayerr for me. Is there anything we've not touched on that you'd like to bring up? Any memories, moments, emotions, feelings?
I think just like you say, there's so much of it is linked to just being a boy who you don't quite know who you are, but having such a clear North Star of like, okay, I really like that. What if I try and do that? For better or for worse. And I think everyone has these people in their life that just like for a certain period of time, they're just trying to imitate.
Yeah.
And I think that JM is that guy for me more than anyone else. And there's people now that I like in the comedy space and the acting space that I'm like, oh, I adore John Kearns. I'm like, I want to be like John Kearns. But then you're kind of like, that feels mad when you're into your 30s.
Yes.
But when you're 14, you're like, oh, okay, everything is still possible. I think I could be this guy.
Yeah.
So he will always just hold that very specific, like, place in my heart.
You only get one of them, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Who do you think yours would be if you did have one? Or were there a couple?
No, I guess you only get one. I've got a couple. I mean, when I was 14, 15, it was Oasis, no doubt about it. I was the Oasis guy at school.
Are you Noel or Liam, or which one are you?
It was Noel, in all honesty. Yeah, okay. It was Noel. I think I've grown into more of a Liam, as more of a fan of Liam as I've gotten older. Yeah. I think I've really related. To be fair, that's quite similar to your experience. The idea of just, oh, no one quite gets me. I want the girl. I'm going to play acoustic guitar in my bedroom. Yeah. And like, I think every teenager has that.
Oh my God, better than doing that and going on fucking chat rooms. Like, get it out.
Well, that's kind of what I was going to ask you. So, like, if you hadn't found John Mayerr, what
would I have become an incel? Is that?
That's not my question. He would have been an incel, and he would have been in adolescence. Yeah.
No, I think it was just like, it was such a great. Like, I wrote so many songs about girls that I fancied, and it was just a great way of like, oh, I'm making something. Like, I'm a kid and I'm making something. This thing didn't exist before I started playing guitar this evening. Yeah. And like, that's such a joy that, like, it sounds a bit wanky, dude, but like I get that sometimes now where it's like, oh, this thing didn't exist, and if I'm working with the boys or working solo or whatever, it's like, oh, I've made something. This thing exists. And I think that period of time when it's just, there's something about songs as well where you just feel like I'm really trying to like show a bit of myself. And even though it's like you're 15, you're, of course, and it's all wrapped up.
Girl, she doesn't fancy me.
Yeah, and sure, like you're kind of just nicking lines from other stuff and like metaphors that don't make any sense, and everything is so, or the other side of it where everything is so literal. Like, but then if you listen to Mayer's early albums, he is so literal. Right. Like he's just talking about going for dinner and moving salt and pepper shakers around, and you're like, I think we could maybe strip it back originally. So I think I can't even really remember what the question was. I'll be honest with you, dude. But but that feeling of it was like, oh, would I be an incel?
Yes, probably yes.
Touch wood, no. But the I think that started off a bit of a love affair with just like, oh, I want to make stuff and I want to share stuff with people, and I like people looking at me, and I like kind of giving them something. And you know, that's years of therapy. We'll unpack that at some point. But that sense of just like, I've got this thing and I want to share it with someone is like, that's kind of when that started, and it hasn't gone away.
It's fucking beautiful. Thank you, mate. That was really good. Really good. So look, we are nearing the end of this endeavour. But don't worry, I've got a trick up my sleeve.
Here we go.
What we do...
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Mayerr, he's here.
From backstage at the Cumberland Hotel. No, I haven't got John Mayerr with me. I'm sorry for you. But what I do have with me, Ed Jones, I've got a list of the best-selling albums of 2006. Oh. And we're going to play a game of fair play, guys, or not those guys.
Nice. I like that.
Quite simple. So, where do you think John Mayerr charted on this list of the best-selling albums of 2006. Now, I should preface, I don't fucking know. I think this is the best-selling in the planet, as opposed to like UK.
Planet Earth?
Let me just check my notes. Planet Earth, yes.
Okay, yeah, okay. Nice. But it came out and said there wasn't a lot of time for it to get bought.
Right.
But, okay, so I'm trying to figure out whether he was in... How many have you got?
We've got 20.
You got 20?
We've got 20.
And is he in the top? You'd have like Coldplay put out an album that year. That would have been huge. I think they put out X and Y that year.
Might have been
Maybe that was 2005, Edward. Come on. Embarrassing. I think, if it was number 2 on the Billboard, and I think I was
quite
hearing
a slow burn. Yeah.
I think it would have been.
Would have been what?
Would have been number 14.
Fucking hell.
Was it?
He's fucking done it.
Oh, allez.
Man, Mayerr. That's class. Well done. I mean, I was just too excited for you. What I should have done is kept some Jeopardy and saw Let's Find Out. But
Let's find out.
I was so buzzing for you.
Oh, I'm thrilled. Can I see if I can name any other albums on that list?
No, we're going to go through them and you're going to say Fair Play Guys or Not Those Guys. Well, you can tell. I forgot one. What do you think was the best-selling album of 2006? Let's have some Jeopardy, please.
2006.
2006.
In a global scale.
Global scale. MP3's illegal file sharing was at its peak.
Like, was that...
But what was
that Arctic Monkeys' first album? Was that 2006?
Now, this raises a very important point. Fastest selling debut album in British history. Came out in January 2006.
Did it?
12 months to sell.
Don't believe the hype.
Well, guess what? It ain't on here.
Really?
Surprised me.
They hadn't broken the States at that point.
I'm taking this list with a pinch of salt. We shouldn't be.
I think we should.
It was a very weird website. Got it off.
Number one. It's got to be like a legacy act.
Legacy.
Like U2 or something?
Well, they do appear on this list, but let's not. We could be here all day. Should we just plow on through? It's not U2. At 20, it's someone I've never heard of. Kobukuru, All Singles Best.
What is it? Not today, guys.
We'll take it.
Not today, guys.
Not today, guys. At 19, I'm surprised by this. Evanescence, The Open Door.
Not today, guys. Not today.
I mean, Evanescence in 2006. I can't even begin to...
Wake me up inside.
Yeah, I did that 2-3 years ago, mate. I watched MTV constantly. I don't need to buy an album from you in 2006. Fuck off.
Yeah, they're really clinging on at that point, surely.
Come on. At 18, Christina Aguilera with Back to Basics.
Yeah, fair play, guys.
Fair play, guys.
Okay.
There's a bit of pop girly in him in 2006.
Oh, yeah, even there.
At 17, you mentioned them, your mate, U2, with an album called, I'm not familiar with this one, U2 18 Singles, which I guess was a compilation.
Best of.
Best, just call it best of.
Yeah.
Lads. At 16, Snow Patrol, Eyes Open.
I love that album.
You've got open eyes.
I love that album.
Love Snow Patrol.
Yeah, fair play, guys.
Fair play, guys. Look at that. Nice. At 15, I'll be interested to get your take on this. My Chemical Romance with The Black Parade. Were you an emo? Let's just lean into this for a second.
That was a big flavour of our school. It was weird how they both kind of had the same haircut, like how High School Musical and the emo sort of generation both had...
They did have the same hair,
pressed
didn't they?
fringes against the forehead, and Lord knows what bacteria was growing underneath those poor teenage boys.
Can that fringe come back? What would it take for that fringe to come back? You could
do it, as long as it doesn't have... Do you know there's a period of having that fringe, but then also having like a little spike at the very back?
Yeah. It was odd, wasn't it?
I think as long as it didn't have that, as long as it didn't have the kind of like the
back
the sea and the mountains of that haircut, do you know what I mean?
Well, look, let's find out what the future has in store for us. But what we do have in store for us is at 14, your friend and mine. Not today, guys.
It's beautiful. I'm going to listen to it on the way home. I'm having a great time.
I can't wait. At 13, what I'm not familiar with, Rascal Flatts, Me and My Gang.
Ugh. Not today.
That's giving indie landfill, isn't it?
It is a bit.
Never heard of them, though. At 12, Pink, I'm Not Dead.
I have quite an unfair aversion to Pink. I don't know why. I just don't like any Pink songs.
It's a good reason not to like their music then. Yeah.
Sounds bad though, doesn't it? Saying how much I love John Mayer and they'll be like, Pink, I hate Pink.
Is there something to sort of dig deep into in therapy in years to come, or is there just something quite untangible about it?
I think I remember I didn't like her videos. Because videos were so like, that's how you would see a song, because you wouldn't listen to them online or anything. when I was like 12 or 13.
Sure.
And I remember like I just didn't dig the videos.
He's not a Pinkman.
Not a Pinkman.
But is he a Red Hot Chili Pepperman? At 11, it's Stadium. No, I'll try again. At 11, it's Stadium Arcadium.
That is quite a good album, though.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Double album, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's a lot
huge.
of album.
Yeah.
Big album.
That's an awful lot of album.
Hump the Bump, is that on that one?
Which one am I thinking of?
It's post-Californication, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Hump the Bump or something, I don't know.
I mean, that sounds like whatever his name is.
Oh,
Anthony.
It's Chili Peppers.
Not
It's
Anthony.
Kiedis. It's Kiedis, don't worry. No one else is fucking writing that song. At 10, someone I've not heard of, Daughtry, with the self-titled Daughtry, Daughtry.
Wow. Isn't that mad that, like, this was, in a global sense, an absolute screech.
A screamer.
And none of us know what it is.
Like I said, I'm taking this list with a pinch of salt, so that's whatever. Not today, guys. At 9, it's Fergie with the Duchess.
Oh, Fergie, I've got a bit more time for.
You got a bit more time for Fergie?
Yeah, and the glamour is gone. I think, fair play, guys.
We're pro Fergie over here. At 8, you might have heard of her. It's Beyonce with Bidet.
Wow, has that got love on? No, that's 4 that's got love on top of it, isn't it?
Couldn't tell.
Bidet's got some greats. She's one of the best people. Bidet is also good. I mean, it's good to have options.
It's good to have bidet options. Yeah. At 7, it's a really big pop star. I think. Yes, it is. Yeah, she's a big pop star. She's called Taylor Swift. It's an album called Taylor Swift. How Swifty were you in 2006, and how Swifty are you now?
I think it was a bit. Looking back on it now, I think I lent too hard into like Taylor Swift love story, Romeo and Juliet. No, if I could grab that boy by his shoulders and be like, "Shut up! No one cares. Just get back to work." Then I would.
Yes.
But I think, I didn't get early Swift, the very like country acoustic stuff. Middle phase Swift, absolutely love. Obviously, like I was at uni when Shake It Off was out. And like,
do you want to snog girls? You got to go to nightclubs. Well, that's getting played.
Like Red in 1989. I think are 2 kind of flawless albums.
Yeah, agreed.
But then I haven't. It's just kind of I haven't just delved into the most recent ones. I think because there's so much noise around her.
And they're not that good.
I think the most recent one is Pants, right? That's what I gather.
Bad. Pretty yellowy bad. Midnight's is fantastic.
Okay.
Really, really good. That's
right,
my
I'll
first foray into Swifting, and it paid dividends.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But I will say this. I am very familiar with that song and video Love Story, which makes me think that back then, 2006, I wasn't pressing hard on the TV remote when that came on the box or MTV.
No, we didn't really have a choice. You would still like take it in.
I was still taking it in. I don't think I
reckon?
hated it as much as I would have pretended to. But would I have hated number 6? Akon, Convicted.
Wow, okay. Yeah. I was going to say this feels a bit more 2006.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, Akon, of all the kind of like sort of R&B rap artists of that time, Akon wasn't quite for me.
No.
I did like. He did that Lonely song, didn't he?
Oh, that's a bad song, isn't it? Fuck me, that
but
is
when
bad.
you're a kid, it's quite like the novelty of it is quite fun.
Sure.
So you're like, oh, he's got a really high voice.
Look how lonely he is. Wow. At 5, you mentioned The Fringe. It's High School Musical.
Wow, the soundtrack
was the fifth High School Musical.
I love that franchise. Next one. Move it on. If it could do a stronger one than Fair Play Guys.
Well, I think, better than Fair Play Guys, yeah. Well, I think you're going to like this next couple out. Who's a really strong next 4. Really big bands. They're called The Beatles.
Hey.
It's called Love. Are you familiar with the Love album?
I have listened to the Love album, actually. It's actually very good. It's kind of remixes.
All 4 at the same time. It's amazing.
It's all 4, but none of them. It's like...
it's really good, isn't it?
It's terrific.
Yeah.
I think they do... It's like they take the...
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, what's the... Is that from Penny Lane?
I don't know, but it's really,
I think
really
it is.
good.
But they take that cornet solo and they put it into
the
like
songs,
and I think it was produced by like one of like the next
George
Martin down.
Son,
yeah, and it was like excellent.
It's really good.
Excellent.
We're pro Beatles.
Yeah.
Hot take. Beatles are well good. At 3, I think this will be in your wheelhouse. Let's find out. Justin Timberlake with Future Sex / Love Sounds.
I've listened to that album within the last fortnight. Boom, 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 boom. That again, that era of like really bad beatboxing.
Yes.
When people were
that was
good
the
at
album
it.
before that, I think, was when the beatboxing started. That was, what was that one called?
Was that Justified?
Justified.
Yeah.
Huge album.
That's got
man.
some, but then that's
that was
like,
good.
There's a lot of, a bit of filler on that.
Is there?
On that for
strong
me.
singles?
Very, very strong singles.
Yeah.
Maybe Crimea River, Senorita.
I am.
And so on and so forth.
Yes.
But yes, that album is great. That's got Love Stoned, I think that she knows.
No,
that's a great song. That has got Sexy Back on it.
Yeah.
Again, Timbaland showing his face.
He'll do that.
It was
He
the
will
Timbaland
do that.
times.
It was Timbaland times. I think Timbaland had his dirty old fingers over the next one as well.
Pray tell.
At number 2, It's Loose by Nelly Furtado.
Would that have had Man Eater on it?
I'm going to say yes.
I love that song.
I think we're Man Eater time there, aren't we? Yeah,
I think
that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think, absolutely. 100%, guys. The format point has been destroyed. I've killed it.
So that leaves us with one album. 2006. How good are you at kicking yourself?
I've done it before. Genuinely, I missed a train once and I went to kick a bag and I instead kicked my own leg, gave way, fell on the floor.
Hell, that answer better than I expected. The highest selling album of 2006 is Amy Winehouse with Back to Black.
Of course it is.
It's
of course
easy
it
when you know
is.
the answer, isn't it?
I mean, that restores the faith in humanity. If Planet Earth was like, that's the best thing we've done this year, then I think
not bad, lads.
That's rightly
not bad.
said. Yeah.
Good work.
Fair play, guys.
Fair play, guys. The format's back. You got there at the end. Ed, this has been fun, man.
Mate, what a pleasure. Thank you.
I really appreciate you doing this. This has been good. I'm sorry we couldn't do it live on stage in December, but look at us now.
I hope I haven't just been waffling on too much. I've just let me loose on Mayerr, and I will run 1,000 miles.
Well, glad to see you got your steps in today. Good stuff. Look, this is your chance to promote, plug anything you want. The floor is yours. What's coming up this year?
Thanks, dude. I mean, tell you what, it's all online, isn't it? That's what the kids are nowadays.
It's really blowing up, isn't it?
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
If you come follow me, I'm at Ed Jones UK on Instagram and TikTok.
They probably already are.
They definitely
already are.
If you're listening,
have you seen this
but
guy's
you
numbers?
And if you've got through this and be like, you know what, he seems like a real bit of hard work, actually.
I don't think short form's for him. This guy really thrives on the long form.
But we've got we'll be working on a live show, me and the Crybaby Boys this year. But all we'll be doing lots of previews up and down the country. But to find that information, probably the easiest place. Just come to me.
Come to Ed. I've been William Hann. He's been Ed Jones. He's been John Mayerr. And this has been This Album.